Howdy folks, Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And today I woke up with what I like to describe as a gaming hangover. So I will be partaking of the much needed Mocha Java here during this video. And when I say gaming hangover, some of you can relate. Some of you may have had it and didn't realize what you were having. But basically on Friday night, came home after work, played D&D 5th edition right there at the table, right there, until about 12:30 at night. And then got up yesterday, and of course there's a Steam sale going on. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And so yesterday, doing stuff with the Steam sale, trying to get some good deals, and playing a couple different games, and then preparing for my Pathfinder group that we have on Saturday nights, where I actually go to another place and play Pathfinder. And then played Pathfinder until 10 o'clock last night. So I have what I consider a gaming hangover, because your brain gets overstimulated for an extended period of time, and then you finally crash, and you wake up feeling a little bit tired, a little bit I don't want to use that. Exhaustion's not the word. Just a little bit brain fried, I guess. But it's a good tired, because you know that it's because you were having such a good time and your brain was so stimulated with information and everything because you were having such a good time. So it just takes, here in another hour or so I will be raring to go again, but a little slow going this morning. So we're going to talk a little bit about D&D and Pathfinder. We're going to talk about the Steam sale. We're going to talk about Sir Christopher Lee, and maybe a couple of other little things. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so I already mentioned that we did the D&D Friday night, and we actually finished up our Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign.
Robes and a red dragon mask. Severin! Do me a favor and roll initiative. Initiative!
Can I roll
What
Okay.
is it with me and my initiative rolls?
Okay, so here we are. We're getting ready to have the final battle of our campaign here
One too.
for 5th edition D&D, and I just wanted to give a shot of what everything looks like.
Yeah, okay, can me and him mulligan since we both got the same?
No.
Just a tiebreaker.
Well, just put the tiebreaker.
Doesn't it go off of like
tiebreaker
decks
you can
after
do.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going first.
So that DM, Jonathan, is taking a break, and now one of the other members, and our group here, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we call ourselves the Crossroads Gaming Club, the GCG. So, or no, CGC. There you go. See, I'm tired. The CGC, Crossroads Gaming Club, because where we live and play and all that here, right, we're by what's known as the Crossroads here, where we are in Utah. So that's what we named that. So Brad, the other, he's another DM. He's going to be DMing a 3.5 D&D 3.5 campaign. It's going to be a homebrew campaign. And then when he decides he wants a break or whatever, then I will take over DMing, and I will DM my Greyhawk campaign. So that's the kind of the rotation that we're going in. And it was a fun night. We finished up that campaign, and I actually used some of the adventure scents that I talked about in a previous video. Um, those beads, those scent beads that have particular aromas for different settings to try and help with the immersiveness. We actually used the Wizard's Tower scent because we were in a I don't really want to give too many spoilers if people are going through that campaign, but we were in a cloud giant um, area, and it, with the ambiance that was described, seemed fitting. So I put out the Wizard's Tower scents, and they were just a little samples, so it was not enough to fill this entire room, but I can tell that when I go to and purchase the jars from Adventure Sense, and you take that little, I have a feeling that's going to fill the entire room with that aroma. So can't wait to buy a couple of those and try those out. The next thing that I wanted to talk, oh, and so then with our Pathfinder group last night, we are in the abyss on the river Styx, and our boat gets attacked and everything. So that is turning out to be, and that's a homebrew campaign, and so that's turning out to be a very interesting adventure. So all that is going on, and then in the middle, Steam sales going on. So you got several of us there at the table when the flash sales change. Everybody's looking at their phone, looking at the flash sales because you can do for Steam right there, and whatnot. So that was fun, and the current Steam sale, they actually have this little mini game where you're able to fight these little basically like 8-bit monsters on the screen to and the community as a whole, as they defeat them, unlock other deals and so forth. It's kind of fun to do it that way. But I thought I'd go over the ones that I've already got on sale on and this is like the third day. I got Tales from the Borderlands, which is the Telltale uh, Borderlands adventure game, because I love all the Telltale stuff. I've got the Wolf Among Us, and I've got, of course, The Walking Dead. Their stuff is just fantastic. So I got Tales from the Borderlands. I'd been waiting for that one to go on sale. I got that one pretty darn cheap. And then I got the Metro redo bundle, which is Metro Last Light and Metro 2033, both the redos on that. And that was only $10 for that bundle. So, I mean, that was ridiculously cheap. I got the new expansion for Wolfenstein called Old Blood. That was like half off, and that isn't even that old. So that was like another $10 deal. And I got Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. I own all the Sherlock Holmes adventure games except for that one, because that one had just come out not too long ago, and it was like $40-50, whatever it was. And it was like 70% off or something like that. And it was cheap. And this morning I picked up the Witcher adventure game, which is, apparently there's a Witcher board game, and this is the digital version of the board game. But it was like $3. So, again, if I like something, you guys know me, I have to have everything associated with it, and I love the Witcher franchise. So, I figure for $3 I got to try it out. So, all that's going on. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee, as you know, played, of course, Count Dooku, and he played Saruman on Lord of the Rings movies, and he played Dracula, but he was in like 244 movies or something like that. And the dude was just amazing. If you read like his biographical information, like Wikipedia or anywhere like that. The guy was in World War II as part of the British Special Forces, and then later he was a spy for after World War II, hunting Nazis, trying to bring them into custody for trial. He did all kinds of this crazy stuff. He spoke like 6 or 7 languages, just insane stuff. And but one of the things that a lot of people don't know, the gaming connection that he had was for EverQuest 2, which I still currently play. He was the voice of the Overlord, Lucan Delir. There's a lot of voiceover work in EverQuest 2, so you can hear his voice anytime. If you play that game, and it's a free-to-play game, you can go in there. If you go through Freeport, which is the evil side city, um, there's statues to him there, and they will uh, on certain times they will just start to orate, and it's his voice that you're listening to. And there's also statues for your player housing that you can have, and you can just click on it, and there's all these different lines that he will, as Lucan, that he talks, he orates and everything like that. And so there's always going to be that connection. As long as EverQuest 2 is around, we can always just go in there and listen to him as the Dark Overlord. So I just thought, as from a gaming connection there, it was kind of an interesting little deal. So we lost a legend there with Mr. Sir Christopher Lee. So anyway, that's kind of, this was just a gaming vlog. Just want to talk about all these different things and see how you guys are doing. You can hear my voice is kind of going a little bit. So I think we'll just cut it there. 11 minutes already. So let me know how you guys are doing gaming wise, and we'll catch you on the flip side.